All praise is for Allah, Al-Adil, the perfectly just, Al-Hakim, the most wise, Ar-Rahman, the most merciful, Al-Kabir, the all-aware. Peace and blessings be upon our beloved Prophet Muhammad, who taught balance, mercy, and justice within marriage. This reminder is a sensitive and important Islamic topic. It is not meant to accuse, control, or create fear. It is meant to clarify rights, responsibilities, and wisdom so marriages are protected, not harmed. Islam never discusses obedience in isolation. It discusses it within mercy, responsibility, and accountability on both sides. Understanding marriage in Islam. Marriage in Islam is not a power structure. It is a trust amana. Allah says, "And among his signs is that he created for you spouses from among yourselves so that you may find tranquility in them, and he placed between you affection and mercy." Surah Ar-Rum 30:21. Tranquility, mercy, and affection are the foundation. Any discussion of obedience must stay within this framework. What does obedience mean in Islam? In Islam, obedience, does not mean blind submission. It means cooperation in what is right, lawful, and reasonable. The Prophet said, "There is no obedience to creation in disobedience to the Creator." Ahmad. A wife is not obligated to obey. In sin, in oppression, in abuse, in injustice, in harm to herself or others. Obedience is only in maruf, what is good, customary, and Islamically sound. When a wife's disobedience is considered invalid, Islamic scholars mention that disobedience becomes blameworthy only when the request is halal. It is reasonable. It does not involve harm. The husband fulfills his obligations. If these conditions are met and a wife deliberately refuses without a valid reason, Islam calls this nushuz. Allah mentions this concept in the Qur'an. As for those wives from whom you fear nushuz, Surah An-Nisa 4:34. Nushuz refers to persistent, unjustified rebellion, not occasional disagreement. Common valid reasons for refusal. Islam recognizes many valid reasons where refusal is justified, including physical or emotional harm, illness or exhaustion, psychological distress, unlawful commands, neglect of rights, a lack of safety or dignity. Islam does not demand obedience at the cost of well-being. What is not considered valid disobedience? If refusal is based purely on ego, manipulation, control, punishment, influence of outsiders, desire to dominate, then it becomes spiritually harmful to the marriage. The Prophet warned against arrogance in any form. The husband's responsibility comes first. Islam places heavy responsibility on the husband before expecting obedience. Allah says, "Men are caretakers of women." Surah An-Nisa 4:34. Caretaking includes provision, protection, emotional care, respect, kindness. The Prophet said, "The best of you are the best to their wives." Tirmidhi. If a husband fails in these duties, obedience cannot be demanded unjustly. Islamic steps to handle disobedience. The Quran outlines gradual, ethical steps, not aggression. Gentle advice and communication. Allah says, "Admonish them." Surah An-Nisa 4:34. This means calm dialogue, not threats. Emotional space, not punishment. And forsake them in bed. This step is symbolic, not emotional abuse. Never harm. The Prophet never struck a woman. Any form of physical, emotional, or verbal abuse is haram. What is strictly forbidden? Islam forbids violence, humiliation, public shaming, financial abuse, emotional neglect, misusing religion for control. The Prophet said, "Do not harm and do not reciprocate harm." Ibn Majah. When conflict continues. If disobedience persists, Islam recommends mediation. Allah says, "If you fear a breach between them, appoint an arbitrator from his family and one from hers." Surah An-Nisa 4:35. This protects dignity on both sides. A message to wives. Islam honors women. Obedience in Islam is not loss of dignity. It is cooperation for harmony.
The Prophet said,
If a woman prays her 5 prayers, fasts her month, guards her chastity, and obeys her husband, it will be said to her, "Enter paradise from any gate you wish." Ahmad. This obedience is with injustice, not fear. A message to husbands. Authority without mercy is oppression. If your wife disobeys, ask first, "Have I fulfilled her rights? Have I listened? Have I been gentle?" The Prophet led with kindness, not control. Balance is Islam's way. Islam protects the family by balancing rights and duties, authority and mercy, a leadership and accountability. Marriage collapses when balance is lost. If this reminder brought clarity, share it to correct misunderstandings about Islam and marriage. Save it for guidance, not argument. Subscribe for Islamic reminders that protect families and restore balance through Qur'an and Sunnah. May Allah place mercy, understanding, and justice in every marriage. Ameen.